Like Scoob, it's like totally time to play Skyrim, man. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, all you pups, furries, fays, dragonkins, cryptids, mythical creatures, beings of consciousness, concepts of reality, gamers alike. How it be, what it do, and let's no, that's bad. Yeah, okay, cool. So I set up the thingamajiggy.
Take his armor and anything else.
Let me just double check here. Okay, good. I gotta double check. I don't want to be in a position where... Okay. I'm gonna have to change the Alt button to switching tabs. At least in-game. So, okay. I'll take the fur boots. I'll take this. I'll take the book. This is gonna give me some gold. This is gonna give me some gold. Guess I can take that. Take that. Help. This is what it looks like. Okay. Okay then. Alright, well, this looks like it's in a case, so I guess... Dang it! Come on. Alright, I'll take that, and I think that's that.
Get that armor on. Give that axe a few swings. I'm going to see if I can find some way out of here. Let's see about that gate.
Alright. Come on, buddy. I wish to kill.
Damn. No way to open this from our side.
No, I don't think so. Oh, wait! Whoa, surprise!
Imperials, take cover.
It's the escaped prisoners. It's nothing.
That is so loud. Hold on. Let me see something here. Alright, let's take... Yeah. Alright, let's take the key. We'll take all of this for gold. Olaf and the dragon. I'll take this. Give me the gold. True nature of orcs. I'll take the torch. Alright. You're done. Oh, did he get the key? Okay, I think he got the key. Alright. Either way, I'm gonna take all this for gold. I'll take that for gold. Gold. It says it's a tail. I'll take that. I'll take these. Give me the gold. Give me the gold. And take the books.
Did you find the key? See if it unlocks that door.
Well, let's see here. Let's see if there's anything I can grab from over here. 25, might as well take it. Warden's chest. Oh, there's another key in here. Okay, in case that one glitches out. Oh! Oh, okay, I guess that's how alright. Whoops, okay, don't press Alt and Tab. No, take me straight out of here. It's gonna be really bad. I'm not really seeing too much here. Alright, while in game, press Q to open the favorites. Okay, Q, favorite, tab, okay. Alright, let's see here. I'm definitely gonna have to change up that... Oh! Okay. Little road roadblocks, little hurdles I gotta go through. You're probably wondering why these are glowing. It's because I haven't read them yet. Let's see. The Holds of Skyrim, a field officer's guide for use by officers of the Imperial Legion, huh? Welcome, loyal officer of the Empire. You have been given this guide to help you and those men under your command better understand the geography of Skyrim. Since you will be serving in Skyrim for a lengthy period of time, this information should prove invaluable. Skyrim is organized into 9 holds. A hold is a large area of land roughly equivalent to a country in Cyrodiil. Each hold is governed by a Jarl who maintains his court in the hold's capital city. 4 of these holds are fairly small and sparsely populated. As a result, the capitals are little more than towns. The 5 major cities of Skyrim act as capitals for the larger holds. Following is a detailed review. Wait, hold on. Okay, page 2. Holy shit. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Okay. Eastmark, located in the eastern reaches of Skyrim. Each mark shares a common border with Morrowind. Jarl Ulfric Stormcloak rules the ancient city of Windhelm, and he and his followers should be considered your most serious threat. Okay, so the Imperials don't like Jarl Ulfric? Do not tread lightly in Eastmark, for the Stormcloaks are at their strongest and most organized in these lands. As an Imperial soldier, you will find few friends here. Hafingar Solitude, the seat of High Ring of Skyrim and the capital of Hafingar Hold, has always welcomed the Empire with open arms. Much commerce flows along the rivers here, and you will find the folk of this hold to be among the most hospitable in Skyrim. As you venture forth in your campaigns, be sure to maintain a secure supply line back to Solitude. The Empire maintains ample provisions in Castle Duor, from which General Tullius commands all the legions stationed in Skyrim. Okay, Castle Duor, that's where I'm going to try to go. Hjalmark. This hold is divided evenly between windswept tundra dotted with farms and a huge, stinking salt marsh. There is little of interest here, save perhaps for the hold's capital, Morthal. Jarl Eatgrod Ravencrone has been cooperative enough with the Empire in the past, but will ultimately look out for her own interests if put in a difficult position. While the hold offers minimal strategic value to the Empire, it would make an ideal staging ground for Stormcloak's siege of Solitude, and so must be held against the enemy. The Pale is a barren realm covered by vast fields of ice and snow. Its boundaries stretch from the center of Skyrim all the way to its northern coast. Here, at the capital city of Dawnstar, can be found one of the busiest ports in the province. With access to the coastal waterways of Skyrim, Dawnstar could prove vital in the war effort. Should the Stormcloaks choose to attack Solitude from the river, this port would make a tempting target due to its close proximity. The Reach. Dominating the western border of Skyrim, the Reach is made up of almost entirely of steep, craggy mountains. Little grows in this forbidding realm, but the capital city of Markarth is a nigh impregnable stone fortress. That would make an excellent defensive position for either side in the war. Wink, wink. Be aware that this dangerous region of Skyrim is home to the Forsworn. the rebellious natives of the Reach. They know the terrain, can strike without warning, and count the Empire as an enemy. If they attack, you must neither give nor expect any mercy. The Rift. This hold occupies the southeast corner of Skyrim, and much like the Reach in the west, is dominated by tall mountain peaks. The climate in the Reach is milder than in the northern holds, and there is more vegetation to be found here. Farming thrives as a result. A word of warning about Riften, the Hold's capital city. Our agents have reason to suspect that the Thieves Guild makes its home there, though it is now much diminished from its strength of previous years. Nevertheless, mind that your men keep an eye on their coin purses should they have reason to spend any length of time in the city. Whiterun. This central hold is characterized by wide, grassy plains that are home to numerous farms. Many roads pass through Whiterun, joining the more distant holds together. The hold's capital city, also called Whiterun, sits high on a rocky promontory amid a large, flat swath of scrubland. Among the wealthiest cities of Skyrim, Whiterun has usually proven friendly to the Emperor's soldiers. Winterhold. This bleak, snow-blown hold in the northeast corner of Skyrim is utterly inhospitable. Perhaps the mages at the College of Winterhold choose to make their home there because they knew they would be left largely alone. As with Whiterun, the name Winterhold describes both the hold and its capital city, though the word city hardly applies. The hold capital is a meager village built near the Mages' College. Few other noteworthy settlements exist in this frozen waste, and it is unlikely to play any significant part in the war. Alright, cool beans. Mixed Unit Tactics in the 5 Years' War, Volume 1 by Codus Calonis. Before I read, let me see how many pages we got here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, okay. The legions could learn from the unconventional tactics used by the Khajiit in the 5-year war against Valenwood. I was stationed at the Sphinxmoth Legion fort on the border near Dune and witnessed many of the northern skirmishes firsthand. The war started with the so-called slaughter of Corval. The Khajiit claim that the Bosmer invaded the city without provocation and killed over 1,000 citizens before being driven off by reinforcements from a nearby jungle tribe. The Bosmer claim that the attack was in retaliation for Khajiit bandits who were attacking wood caravans heading for Valenwood. In the spring of 3E 396, the war moved closer to Fort Sphinxmoth. I was posted on lookout and saw parts of the conflict. I later spoke with both Khajiit and Bosmer who fought in the battle, and it served as an excellent example of how the Khajiit used a mixture of ground and tree units to win the war. The Khajiit began the fight in an unusual way by sending tree-cutting teams of Cathayrot and the fearsome Cinchrat, or battle cats, into the outskirts of Valenwood's forests. When word reached the Bosmer that trees were being felled, allegedly a crime in strange Bosmeri religion, a unit of archers were dispatched from larger conflicts from the south. The Bosmer were thus goaded into splitting their forces into smaller groups. The Bosmer archers took up positions in the remaining trees, whose branches were now 20 or more feet apart, allowing some light into the forest floor. The Bosmer bent the remaining trees with their magics into small fortifications from which to fire their bows. When the tree cutters arrived the next morning, a half-dozen Khajiit fell to the Bosmer arrows in the first volley. After the Khajiit took a large wooden shields from the backs of the Sentrot and made a crude shelter. The Khajiit, even the enormous Sentrot, were able to hide between this shelter and one of the larger trees. When it became apparent that the Khajiit would not leave their shelter, some Bosmer chose to descend and engage the Khajiit sword to claw. When the Bosmer were nearly upon the shelter, one of the Khajiit began playing on a native instrument of plucked metal bars. This was a signal of some kind, and a small group of the man-like Ohms and Ohms Rot emerged from covered holes on the forest floor. Although outnumbered, they were attacking from behind by surprise and won the ground quickly. The Bosmer archers in the trees would have still won the battle were they not having troubles of their own. A group of Dagai and Dagai Rot, two of the less common forms of Khajiit who live in the trees of the Tenmar forest, jumped from one tree to another under a magical cover of silence. They took up positions in the higher branches that could not hold a Bosmer's weight. When the signal came, they used their claws and either torches or spells of fire. Accounts from the two survivors I spoke with vary on this point, to distract the archers while the battle on the ground took place. A few of the archers were able to flee, but most were killed. Apparently, the Dagai and Dagai Rot have more magical ability than is widely believed if they were able to keep themselves magically silenced for so long. One of the surviving Bosmer told me that he saw a few ordinary cats among the Dagai, and even claimed that these ordinary cats are known as Alfik, and that they were the spellcasters, but Bosmer are almost as unreliable as the Khajiit when it comes to the truth, and I cannot believe that a house cat can cast spells. At the end of the day, the Khajiit lost perhaps a half-dozen fighters out of a force of no more than 4 dozen, while the Bosmer lost nearly an entire company of archers. The survivors were unable to report back before a second company of archers arrived, and this strategy was repeated again, with similar results. Finally, as a much larger force was sent, and the Bosmer won that battle with the help of the native animals of Valenwood, that third skirmish and the Khajiiti response I will discuss in the second volume of this series. Oh, that third skirmish and the Khajiit response I will discuss. Okay. Alright, sick. Very dope. Alright, learning more about the capital cities, why they're capital cities, to, maintain the holds. Very dope. You're coming with me. Just kidding. Alright, you ready to do this, Rayloff?
See if you can unlock that door. That's it. Come on, let's get out of here before the dragon brings the whole tower down on our heads.
I agree. You know what I do need to do, though? Alright.
Dad, that dragon doesn't give up easy.
Grab everything important and let's move. Dragon's burning everything to the ground.
Yeah, I gotta change that, that booming effect.
See if you can find any potions. We'll need them.
Good job. Good job. Okay, now you're kind of in my way, buddy. Let's see here. I mean, there's a lot of gold around here for sure, but I kind of want to limit what's going into my inventory. Okay, let's take some clam meat. Alright. Nothing else of value? Alright, good. Oh yeah, I'll take that, thank you. Let's see, anything else?
Done? Let's get moving.
Yes, I'm done, right off. I'm done, let's go. Yeah, you stay over there. Alright, let's see here. Give me that. That sells for a lot. That sells 311. Whoa. Oh, but permanently though? I don't know about permanent.
No, I haven't seen him since the dragon showed.
Alright, let's try to pick this lock. Nice. Thank you. Ooh, increase my magicka by 30 points. That's what I'm talking about. 50% magicka regen. Summons the corpse of an ancient sorceress to reanimate for 600 seconds and teaches her the ranged touch or cloak elemental spell in your left hand. That's really cool, actually. Okay. Give me all your potions. Actually, just give me everything.
Grab anything useful and let's go.
Alright, sorry my fellow mage. Okay. Wait, is there something in here? I just see bones. Maybe I can I loot? I want to see if I can loot the bones. Nice. Oh no, okay. Ooh, Book of the Dragonborn. Alright, I'll read that here in a moment. Oh, there's and there's another book in here. Alright, let's see here. Amethyst, I'll take that. Give me the carrots. I might as well. Was it mirror entity? Control an illusion of target humanoid for 20 seconds. In combat, the illusion will attack opponents in range. The caster cannot act, but can cast spells. Interesting. That's something I will probably end up selling. Brief History of the Empire, Volume... Oh, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Okay. Alright, cool. So, I guess we can read the Brief History of the Empire. I wonder how this is gonna... What am I stepping on? Okay. A Brief History of the Empire, Part 1, by Strawnack Kithoge III, Imperial Histor... Okay, they're Imperial. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14! 14! Alright. Before the rule of Tiber Septim, all Tamriel was in chaos. The poet Trachizes called that period of continuous unrest days and nights of blood and venom. The kings were a petty lot of grasping tyrants who fought Tiber's attempts to bring order to the land, but they were as disorganized as they were dissolute, and the strong hand of Septim brought peace forcibly to Tamriel. The year was 2E 896. The following year, the Emperor declared the new beginning of a new era. Thus began the Third Era, Year Aught. For 38 years, the Emperor Tiber reigned supreme. It was a lawful, pious, and glorious age, when justice was known to one and all, from serf to sovereign, on Tiber's death. It reigned for an entire fortnight, as the land of Tamriel itself was weeping and doing the floss. The emperor's grandson, Pelagius, came to the throne. Though his reign was short, he was as strong and resolute as his father had been, and Tamriel could have enjoyed a continuation of the Golden Age. Alas, an unknown enemy of the Septim family hired that accursed organization of cutthroats, the Dark Brotherhood. Oh! To kill the Emperor Pelagius, as he knelt at prayer at the temple of the one in the Imperial City? Holy crap. Pelagius the First's reign lasted less than 3 years. Pelagius had no living children, so the crown imperial passed to his first cousin, the daughter of Tiber's brother Agnorith, Kintira, former queen of Silvanar, assumed the throne as Kintira the First. Her reign was blessed with prosperity and good harvests, and she herself was an avid patroness of art, music, and dance. Kintira's son was crowned after her death, the first emperor of Tamriel to use the imperial name Uriel. Uriel I was the great lawmaker of the Septim dynasty and a promoter of independent organizations and guilds. Under his kind but firm hand, the Fighters Guild and the Mages Guild increased in prominence throughout Tamriel. So the Mages Guild and the Fighters Guild both work for the Imperials. Got it. His son and successor Uriel II reigned for 18 years, from the death of Uriel I in 3E64 to Pelagius II's accession in 3E82. Tragically, the rule of Uriel II was cursed with blights, plagues, and insurrections. The tenderness he inherited from his father did not serve Tamriel well, and little justice was done. Pelagius II inherited not only the throne from his father, but the debt from the latter's poor financial and judicial management. Pelagius dismissed all of the Elder Council and allowed only those willing to pay great sums to resume their seats. Oh, Pelagius! They were greedy. They accept money. They're moved by money. That's not good. No wonder why it crashed. He encouraged similar acts among his vassals, the kings of Tamriel, and by the end of his 17-year reign, Tamriel had returned to prosperity. His critics, however, have suggested... By the way, you gotta remember, this is being written by an Imperial. They're known to lie in their history. Have suggested that any advisor possessed of wisdom but not of gold had been summarily ousted by Pelagius. See, I told you. Wisdom but not gold. This may have led to some of the troubles his son Antiochus faced when he in turn became emperor. Sorry, I'm still thinking about, the clear imperial propaganda going on here. Antiochus was certainly one of the more flamboyant members of the usually austere Septim family. He had numerous mistresses and nearly as many wives, and was renowned for the grandeur of his dress and his high good humor. Unfortunately, his reign was rife with civil war. Rife? Surpassing even that of his grandfather Uriel II. The war on the Isle in 3E 110, 12 years after Antiochus assumed the throne, nearly took the province of Somerset Isle away from Tamriel. The united alliance of kings of Somerset and Antiochus only managed to defeat King Orgum of the island kingdom of Piondonia due to a freak storm. Legend credits the Sigic Order of the Isle of Artaeum with the sorcery behind the tempest. The story of Kintira II, heiress to her father Antiochus' throne, is certainly one of the saddest tales in imperial history. Her first cousin, Uriel, son of Queen Potema of Solitude, accused Kintira of being a bastard, alluding to the infamous decadence of the imperial city during her father's reign. When this accusation failed to stop her coronation, Uriel bought the support of several disgruntled kings of High Rock, Skyrim, and Morrowind, and with Queen Potema's assistance, he coordinated 3 attacks on the Septim Empire. Ooh, traitor perhaps? The first attack occurred in the Leik Bay region, which separates High Rock and Hammerfell. Kintira's entourage was massacred and the Empress taken captive. For 2 years, Kintira II languished in an imperial prison believed to be somewhere in Glenpoint or Glenmoril before she was slain in her cell under mysterious circumstances. The second attack was on a series of imperial garrisons along the coastal Morrowind Islands. The Empress's consort, Rontin Erings, fell defending the forts. The third and final attack was a siege of the imperial city itself, occurring after the Elder Council had split up the army to attack western High Rock and eastern Morrowind. The weakened government had little defense against Uriel's determined aggression and capitulated after only a fortnight of resistance. And emote. Gotta take the L. Uriel took the throne that same evening and proclaimed himself Uriel III, Emperor of Tamriel. The year was 3E 121. Thus began the War of the Red Diamond, described in Volume 2 of the series. That's really, that's so messed up. Like, Imperials, I mean, even in the book itself, you're reading that, like, they're lying about the Imperial history to a certain extent, glossing up these other people who clearly were taking bribes. Like, that's no bueno, dude. That's no good. So, yeah, I gotta change that sound effect. But yeah, anyways, okay. Brief History of the Empire, Volume 2. Let me check something here real quick. Okay. Alright, 35 minutes. Not bad. Alright. A Brief History of the Empire, Part 2 by Stronach Cathoge III, Imperial Historian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Alright, let's see where the story goes. I'm actually interested. Volume 1 of this series described in brief the lives of the first 8 emperors of the Septim dynasty, beginning with the glorious Tiber Septim and ending with his great-great-great-great-grandniece Kintira II. Kintira's murder in Glen Point while in captivity is considered by some to be the end of a pure strain of Septim blood in the imperial family. Certainly, it marks the end of something significant. I don't think she was killed. I think she was moved somewhere else. But anyways, Uriel III not only proclaimed himself Emperor of Tamriel, but also Uriel Septim III, taking the eminent surname as a title. In truth, his surname was Mantiarco from his father's line. In time, Uriel III was disposed and his crimes revealed. But the tradition of taking the name Septim as a title for the Emperor of Tamriel did not die with him. For 6 years, the War of the Red Diamond, which takes its name from the Septim family's famous badge, tore the empire apart. The combatants were the 3 surviving children of Pelagius II, Potima, Sepphoris, and Magnus, and their various offspring. Potima, of course, supported her son Uriel III and had the combined support of all of Skyrim and northern Morrowind. With the efforts of Sepphoris and Magnus, however, the province of High Rock turned coat. The provinces of Hammerfell, Somerset Isle, Valenwood, Elsewhere, and Black Marsh were divided in their loyalty, but most kings supported Sepphoris and Magnus. That tells you something. In 3E 127, Uriel III was captured at the Battle of Ichidag in Hammerfell, en route to his trial in the Imperial City. A mob overtook his prisoner's carriage and burned him alive within it. His captor and uncle continued on to the Imperial City, and by common acclaim was proclaimed Sepphoris I and Emperor of Tamriel. Sepphoris' reign was marked by nothing but war. By all accounts, he was a kind and intelligent man, but what Tamriel needed was a great warrior, and he, fortunately, was that. It took an additional 10 years of constant warfare for him to defeat his sister, Potima, the so-called Wolf Queen of Solitude, who died in the siege of her city-state in the year 137. Sepphoris survived his sister by only 3 years. He never had time during the war years to marry, so it was his brother, the 4th child of Pelagius II, who assumed the throne. The Emperor Magnus was already elderly when he took up the imperial diadem, and the business of punishing the traitorous kings of the War of the Red Diamond drained much of his remaining strength. Legend accuses Magnus's son and heir Pelagius III of patricide, but that seems highly unlikely for no other reason than that Pelagius was king of Solitude following the death of Potima and seldom visited the imperial city. I don't know. I kind of believe it. Pelagius III, sometimes called Pelagius the Mad, was proclaimed emperor in the 145th year of the Third Era. Almost from the start, his eccentricities of behavior were noted at court. He embarrassed dignitaries, offended his vassal kings, and on one occasion marked the end of an imperial grand ball by attending to hang himself. Wow. By attempting to hang himself, I see. His long-suffering wife was finally awarded the regency of Tamriel, and Pelagius III was sent to a series of healing institutions and asylums until his death in 3E 153 at the age of 34. The Empress Regent of Tamriel was proclaimed Empress Rataria, the first, upon the death of her husband. Some who do not mark the end of the Septim bloodline with the death of Rintira II. Consider the ascendancy of this dark elf woman. She was a dark elf! She was a dark elf in control of this! The true mark of its decline. Her defenders, on the other hand, assert that though Ratiria was not descended from Tiber, the son she had with Pelagius was, so the imperial chain did continue. Despite racist assertions to the contrary, Ratiria's 46-year reign was one of the most celebrated in Tamriel's history. Uncomfortable in the imperial city, Ratiria traveled extensively throughout the empire, such as no emperor ever had since Tiber's day. She repaired much of the damage that previous emperors' broken alliances and bungled diplomacy created. The people of Tamriel came to love their empress far more than the nobility did. Rataria's death in a minor skirmish in the Black Marsh is a favorite subject of conspiracy-minded historians. The sage Montalius's discovery, for instance, of a disenfranchised branch of the Septim family and their involvement with the skirmish was a revelation indeed. When Cassindir assumed the throne upon the death of his mother, he was already middle-aged. Only half 11, he aged like a Breton, in fact. He had... only half elven! He aged like a Breton. In fact, he had left the rule of waitress to his half-brother, Uriel, due to poor health. Nevertheless, as only true blood relations of Pelagius and thus Tiber, he was pressed into accepting the throne. To no one's surprise, the Emperor Cassindir's reign did not last long. In 2 years, he joined his predecessors in eternal slumber. Uriel Lariat, Cassindir's half-brother, and the child of Rataria I and her imperial consort, Galavir Lariat, after the death of Pelagius III, left the kingdom of Wayrest to reign as Uriel IV. Legally, Uriel IV was a septim. Cassindir had adopted him into the royal family when he had become king of Wayrest. Nevertheless, to the council and the people of Tamriel, he was a bastard child of Rataria. It just sounds better to say Kataria. Uriel did not possess the dynamism of his mother, and his long 43-year reign was a hotbed of sedition. Uriel IV's story is told in the 3rd volume of this series. Wow. That would probably explain why high elves in this game control, or rather have a huge seating in what the Imperials do. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Let me see how much time I have. 45. Alright. The Book of the Dragonborn. Woo! Level up! By Prior Emmeline Madrine, Order of Talos, Waynin Priory, year 360 of the Third Era, 21st of the reign of His Majesty Pelagius IV. Oh! We're okay. That's where we left off. Many people have heard the term Dragonborn. We are, of course, ruled by the Dragonborn Emperors, but the true meaning of the term is not commonly understood. For those of us in the Order of Talos, this is a subject near and dear to our hearts, and in this book I will attempt to illuminate the history and significance of those known as Dragonborn, down through the ages. Wait, okay, how much pages is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, this one's just as much. Okay. Most scholars agree that the term was first used in connection with the Covenant of Akatosh, when the blessed Saint Alicia was given the Amulet of Kings. That was a K, I knew it! The Amulet of Kings and the dragon fires in the Temple of the One were first lit. Akatosh, looking with pity upon the plight of men, drew precious blood from his own heart and blessed Saint Alicia with his blood of dragons, and made a covenant that so long as Alicia's generations were true to the dragon blood, Akatosh would endeavor to seal tight the gates of oblivion, and to deny the armies of Daedra and undead to their enemies. The Daedra-loving Aelids, those blessed by Akatosh with the dragon blood, became known more simply as Dragonborn. The connection with the rulers of the Empire was thus there from the beginning. Only those of the dragon blood were able to wear the Amulet of Kings and light the dragon fires. All the legitimate rulers of the Empire have been Dragonborn. The emperors and empresses of the first Cyrodiilic Empire, founded by Alicia, remain Cyrodiil and his heirs. And, of course, Tiber Septim and his heirs, down to our current emperor and his majesty Pelagius Septim IV. Because of this connection with the emperors, however, the other significance of the Dragonborn has been obscured and largely forgotten by all but scholars and those of us dedicated to the service of the blessed Talos, who was Tiber Septim. Very few realize that being Dragonborn is not a simple matter of heredity. Being the blessing of Akatosh himself, it is beyond our understanding exactly how and why it is bestowed. Those who become emperor and light the dragon fires are surely Dragonborn. The proof is in the wearing of the amulets and the lighting of the fire. But were they Dragonborn and thus able to do these things, or was doing the sign of the blessing of Akatosh descending upon them? All that we can say is that it is both, and neither a divine mystery. The line of Septims have all been Dragonborn, of course, which is the one reason the simplistic notion of it being hereditary has become so commonplace. But we know for certain that the early Cyrodiilic rulers were not all related. There is also no evidence that remained Cyrodiil was descended from Alicia, although there are many legends that it would make it so, most of them dating from the time of Ramon, and likely attempts to legitimize his rule. We know that the Blades, usually thought of as the Emperor's bodyguards, originated in Akaviri, crusaders who invaded Tamriel for obscure reasons in the late First Era. They appear to have been searching for a Dragonborn. The events at Pale Pass bear this out. And the Akaviri were the first to proclaim Raymond Cyrodiil as Dragonborn. In fact, it was the Akaviri who did the most to promote his standing as Emperor, although Remen himself never took that title in his lifetime. And of course, there is no known hereditary connection between Tiber Septim and any of the previous Dragonborn rulers of Tamriel. See? So apparently, Imperials were only leaders because they were supposed and thought out to be Dragonborn. I see, okay. Whether there can be more than one Dragonborn at any time is another mystery. The emperors have done their best to dismiss this notion, but of course the imperial succession itself means that at the very least there are 2 or more potential Dragonborn at any time. The current ruler and his or her heirs. The history of the Blades also hints at this, although little is known of their activities during the interregnum between Remen's empire and the rise of Tiber Septim. Many believe that the Blades continued to search out and guard those they believed were, or might be, Dragonborn during this time. Lastly, we come to the question of the true meaning of being Dragonborn. The connection with dragons is so obvious that it has almost been forgotten in these days when dragons are a distant memory. When we forget that in the early days of being Dragonborn meant to having the dragon blood. Some scholars believe that was meant quite literally, although the exact significance is not known. The Nords tell tales of Dragonborn heroes who were great dragon slayers, able to steal the power of dragons they killed. Indeed, it is well known that the Akaviri sought out and killed many dragons during their invasion, and there is some evidence that this continued after they became Remen Cyrodiil's Dragon Guard. Again, the connection to dragons, the direct predecessor to the Blades of today. I leave you with what is known as the prophecy of the Dragonborn. It is often said to originate in an Elder Scroll, although it is sometimes also attributed to the ancient Akaviri. Many have attempted to decipher it, and many have also believed that its omens had been fulfilled and that the advent of the last Dragonborn was at hand. I make no claims as an interpreter of prophecy, but it does suggest that the true significance of Akatosh's gift to mortal kind has yet to be fully understood. When misrule takes its place at the 8 corners of the world, I can only assume that's referring to the Imperials and the High Elves. When the Brass Tower walks and time is reshaped. The Brass Tower was a Omega weapon made by the Dunmer. When the thrice blessed fail and the Red Tower trembles, when the Dragonborn ruler loses his throne and the White Tower falls, when the Snow Tower lies sundered, kingless, bleeding, the World Eater wakes and the wheel turns upon the last Dragonborn. Okay. I don't want to spoil anything about Alduin, but Alduin is famously known as a World Eater. He has that title between the deities. Let's just make sure I'm not... Yeah, let's try to get it. Oh! No way. Oh, okay, I was like, damn! Yeah, so I definitely, after this part, I gotta change up some things, including headphone warning. Yeah, that as well, because that's way too loud. So I'll look into fixing that up. Man, they gave him fear potions? Okay, R take all. Alright.
Come on, hurry up.
Whoa, we got soldiers here. We got shoulders here. Okay, we got some things not textured. That's fine.
Orders are to wait until General Tullius arrives.
I'm not waiting to be killed. Hey, dragon.
Let me actually... should I? I mean, Necro Witch. 600 seconds teaches you the ranged elemental in my left hand. Okay. Well, I guess it goes with that. Brr.
Just give the general some time.
Oh, she just died. Okay. she's no way. Okay. All right. Well. Okay. Wait, what am I doing? I should be casting this more. I'll take the soul gems, thank you. I knew I was missing one. I was like, huh. Yeah, it's about to get real crazy out there. Yeah, it's gonna get really, really crazy. There's more non-loaded textures. Oh, no way. Is that really? Here, let's come down here real quick. Oh, look at that. How cool. Very cool. Yeah, let's not get too ahead of myself here. Ooh. Oh, that's scary. Yeah, y'all need to go. Oh my god! What do I do? Man, look at them though. How sick is that? Oh, and the spiders are showing up? Alright, let's try to make it. Oh my god, where's Roth? Oh my god, where's he at? Thank you. Oh, you're not.
Let's see if we can find a way out of here.
Yes, let's go.
Let's see where this goes.
It'd be nice for those soldiers to follow us too. Alright, Rayloff. You have quite the battle ahead of you.
Going back that way now. Better push on. The rest of them will have to find another way out.
Oh my god, get him, Rayloff! Yeah, this is not... This is not looking good. Stunted scamp. Look how many there are, dude. My god. I don't like this one bit here. Alright, come on, Rayloff. Okay, Rayloff is doing some chunks. I just don't like the spiders. Alright, there's another one. Are they running away? Here, let's see what I can... Okay, when your level increases, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go full Magicka to make this playthrough interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay, cool. So I can have 1,000. Good. Alright, so I should be going up this left tree here. I think for the other 2 points I have to, because I get 3 points per level, I have to go rest in the bed. Alright, cover your ears for a moment. I'll take that scamp skin. That's crazy, she just dies. Here, let's see if I can summon her. Okay, so she just dies. I see that she has a Daedric dagger. I would like that, but... Alright, let's venture into here. So I guess the witch is just like a...
This way. Come on.
Can I hit them with this? No. Oh, I can! Definitely takes up a lot of stamina. Alright, let's see. Oh. Cool, I was able to recover the arrow that was in its head. I'm gonna grab as much of that stuff as possible. I have a feeling there's something up there.
Hate those guys.
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
Nice. No?
It's a little creepy. What the spider eggs look like? It looks like a avocado pit. Yeah, I wish I could. Okay, so nothing up here.
This way.
Alright, give me what you have, please. And you too. I like how some of these textures aren't even... Gotta grab the Fusro Doll helmet. You know, the size of this bear. It's like, oh, I'm just a cutie. That's all I am. Alrighty, well, I think this is a perfect place to leave off at. Because when the next part starts, well, we get to leave this cave. We know more about the history of the Imperials and their rule. We know more about the Dragonborn, and that book kind of exposed more so. And so, like, Imperials were ran by... Oh. Did you just take that from me? But yeah, and so the Imperials were in power in Tamriel because they were supposedly believed to be Dragonborn, yet I guess we can assume that they weren't. So yeah, alrighty, with that being said and done, thank you all so much. I will see you all in the next part when we get there. If it's been a few weeks, you may want to brush your teeth. If it's been a few months, you may want to take a shower. If it's been a few years, you might want to eat some food. And getting some fresh outside plant oxygen air is awesome for you. I highly recommend it. And, you know, I would say more and most importantly, take care of yourselves in a healthy and responsible way that doesn't harm yourself or others so you can game yet another day. Alrighty, I'll see you in the next part when we get there, in the next part, during the next part, the time of which is the next part. So until then, I will see you there. Peace out!